Welcome to the night mode edition of the Mark Jackson Show. I am Mark Jackson. This is the dynamic one, my guy Blue. We want to continue to shout out and show special love to the big fella, Patrick Ewing, for stopping by and chopping it up with us. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, come and talk to me. Click on it right now and check it out. We appreciate all the love that you've shown, and it was a special episode for us. We got a lot out of it, didn't we, Blue?
Oh, yeah, that was heat. I was telling people all week, getting them excited that it was heat, and I hope that y'all went and really checked it out. If you haven't, go check it out. And right now on this video, like, comment, subscribe, and show us some love. Let us know what you thought about that Pat Ewing episode. All right, y'all? Anyways, it was a good night of basketball tonight. You know the mood I'm in tonight. I'm not even gonna hold you. You know we saw Baby Jordan tonight in full mode, ready and in action. But before I get ahead of myself, Pops, let's go ahead and think. What you shake your head for, man?
No, go ahead, man.
I'm
not messing with you. You got your prison mode on right now. I'm not gonna mess with you. Yeah, lockdown defense.
Watch your mouth, Pops. All right, man. Shout out to our sponsors, Underdog Fantasy. Go ahead and scan the QR code or click the link in the description. It'll take you right to the site. Use the promo code MARK, and they are matching a deposit up to $100, man. Go ahead and do that. Anyways, oh, my goodness. I don't even know where to start. I know we got to start with the Knicks game and Pacers game because that was amazing. But I just know in about 10 minutes, I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. Just know. So anyways, let's start off with the game of the night, the New York Knicks and the Pacers. What did you see from, I'm sorry, everybody, since he don't want to accept from my New York Knicks. What did you see tonight, Pops?
I saw a great performance. I saw them fight. I saw them compete. I saw them battle. I saw a lot of grit, which we've seen all season long from them, and a no-quit attitude, no-quit approach. It was a spectacular performance, and again, led by a guy who's having an incredible run and is a special talent in Jalen Brunson. He made every play, whether it be scoring or facilitating, all night long. It was just a special performance, and you can tell how thrilled he is to play in front of the Madison Square Garden crowd and be in New York City. He embraces the challenge, and you can tell there's a separation between him and everybody else on the floor by his approach, his mentality, and how he's finding a way to get it done.
Yeah, man, I think... Yeah, there is a separation on the court between him and everybody else, but there shouldn't be as big a gap when you have a guy who's representing Team America on the other side in Tyrese Halliburton. So what do you do if you're a guy like Halliburton? What did you see from him in his struggles tonight?
Well, let's be fair. You know, he had a tough night, and we could very well go into game 2 or somewhere along the series, and the gap can be that much the other way. It was a special night for Brunson. I thought Tyrese Halliburton got a little out of character, rushed, over anxious, careless with the basketball, wasn't as aggressive, wasn't as fundamentally sound as we're accustomed to seeing him be. It was an unfortunate night, but you got to give credit to the New York Knicks defense by the way they disrupted him. They put bigger bodies on him. They were active in the lanes, and they did a good job of containing him, which disrupted everything that the Pacers was attempting to do. So it was a great night for Jalen Brunson, and it was a difficult night, uncharacteristically, for Tyrese Halliburton.
Now, the Pacers, their whole identity this season has been to push the tempo. A great job by Rick Carlisle instilling offense into this team. But I watched this game, and they are bigger in the front court. Would it benefit the Pacers to maybe slow down the pace some, or do you think you go out with your identity and stick to your guns?
I think you make adjustments, but you stick to your identity. I can't ride in the HOV lane all year long and then all of a sudden get on the right-hand side of the highway. That's not going to work. So stay true to who you are. It was a beautiful performance by them. They defended. They had the lead. They controlled the game. The bottom line is some things went against their way, and they participated in it also by being careless with the basketball. I thought they could use T.J. McConnell and his presence down the stretch because with him on the floor, he has a calming effect and almost is like a perfect extension of a coach on the floor, the way he controls the tempo, the way he brings the ball to the floor, and then gets it to Tyrese Halliburton and initiates the offense that way. They probably should have went to him to settle them down a little bit down the stretch. So I thought it was big plays. Brunson made a good find to DiVincenzo for the three. DiVincenzo knocks down the shot. Josh Hart, with his active body and pursuit of the basketball, offensive rebounds, giving his team extra possessions. I thought they did a great job forcing turnovers against the Pacers. And then last but not least, because you got to get things going your way, it was some bad calls, missed calls that went against the Pacers. This is a big win for the Knicks. Give them credit. This series is far from over, but it is an exciting series, and you can tell these teams are quite evenly matched.
One thing that I've noticed with the Knicks, they've picked up their tempo as this playoffs has gone on. During the season, they were one of the slower paced teams, always getting a good shot. But against this Pacer team tonight, it seemed like they were willing to run and gun, even quick outlets in the beginning of the game to Josh Hart and other players. Do you think that that's their game plan to get out and run with this Pacers team?
I think they run when the opportunity presents itself. They run wisely. If you have early offense, Josh Hart getting downhill, spot up threes with the shooters on the perimeter, 90% of the time the ball is in the hands of Jalen Brunson. So you want him to push the basketball, to create early offense, utilize the mismatches when he sees one, and force the issue. But he has the ability that if nothing's there, get right into the early offense. And he does a great job of picking and choosing his spot, when to be aggressive, and he is unselfish. You look at him, you're like, this guy is getting up shots, but it's an efficient way he's getting them up. Spectacular job, 14 for 26 from the field. And when they double teamed him, he was a willing passer. I've seen great players get doubled, and to their credit, they're selfish, and that's why they're great. They knock down shots. He mixed it up. At times he challenged the double teams, and then at times he embraced it and got his guys involved. It was a stellar performance overall by Jalen Brunson and the Knicks.
Yeah, it was. I got to shout out Dante DiVincenzo for playing aggressive and scoring tonight. I got to shout out who else played good? Oh, Josh Hart, of course. Josh Hart. It's amazing to see a dude who some may consider underskilled, or I don't want to disrespect his game, but I guess an underskilled player go out there and out compete, out grit, and want it more than other players on a night-to-night basis. Can you just speak to what you see coming from Josh Hart?
Well, I will correct you on one thing, because I believe that playing hard and competing at a high level is a skill. So I don't think he's underskilled. I think he's undersized. When you're able to 6'4", rebound the basketball and create havoc the way that he does, take the challenge defensively, play all those minutes and still be the hardest working dude on the floor is awfully impressive. And this is just not a one-night thing or one series thing. He did it in the Philadelphia series, and he did it all year long. He did it. I watched him with the Portland Trailblazers. He did it with the Lakers. It doesn't matter where he is. He brings the same thing to the table, and that's what you want as a coach or as a general manager, as an owner. I want to be able to look down my lineup and say what this guy is bringing to the table. I'm not guessing. I know he brings this. And Josh Hart does that, and that's why he wins everywhere he goes.
Based on what you saw tonight, huh?
No, one of the big parts that won or lost the game, New York Knicks in a playoff game in the fourth quarter scored 39 points. That's great to them, but if you're the Indiana Pacers, you got to make adjustments. You've at times was able to lock down defensively and show that you have the ability. But giving up 39, 40 points in the fourth quarter of game one of the playoffs is inexcusable, and they have to make the proper adjustments. And if they did it where it was out of the hands of Jalen Brunson, it'd be a different story. He controlled everything on the offensive end, and part of the problem is they allowed him to score 10, 12 points early on. When you let great scorers get it going early on, it's a recipe for disaster. Now it's a nightmare to defend them the rest of the way.
Based on what you saw in this game, what adjustments do you see that the Pacers can make moving forward to slow this Knicks team down?
To me, I wouldn't shade Jalen Brunson one way or the other. I thought too many times they gave him an angle, and he's so crafty and tremendous footwork, and he lulls you to sleep, and then he gets that angle and he capitalizes, fading away or turning the corner. You got to play him square up, defending him, and then at times, pick and choose your times. He's got to see two guys. He's got to see a double team. He's got to see a blitz. He's got to see high active hands. And to me, the biggest play of the game was when Jalen Brunson took the double team and threw it to DiVincenzo. I wouldn't want DiVincenzo to be the guy shooting that shot. I agree with the double team, but I'd much rather have Josh Hart shooting the basketball than DiVincenzo if I'm the Indiana Pacers. Not that Josh Hart can't make the shot, but I'm playing the numbers. And the analytics say clearly DiVincenzo's a better shooter than Josh Hart. He made a big one in Philadelphia and sent them home, but that's what I have to be willing to live with if I'm going to contain a great player in Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, man. I enjoyed this game tonight. I got to see you, Obi Toppin between the legs dunks, a positive plus minus for him, and a Knicks win. This taking me back, man. It's feeling like a throwback day. What's up? Why you got the hand up? What's up?
No, you would be a young guy raving about Obi Toppin's through the leg dunk. I saw him miss one during the course of the year. I'm going to meet with him, and I'm going to say, I'm fine with you doing that, but you better not miss that through the leg dunk. In the playoffs, every basket, every point matters, and I just need you to keep it simple. He missed one during the course of the year. We can't afford to lose a game by one because you went through the legs on a dunk in transition.
Debbie Downer, he didn't miss it tonight. What are we talking about? 6 months ago? He made it tonight.
He did make it tonight. More power to him. All I'm saying is you better make it. If you're going to do that, man, you better make it. I wouldn't be insulted if my coach said, if you're going to throw that behind the back pass, it better be completed. Okay, I'm going to throw it behind the back pass. We're on the same accord. I agree with you, Coach.
Did you enjoy the dunk?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This is what we watch for. I want to see the dunk on the break, man. Come on.
It was nice. It was nice.
Yeah.
And the dude he wasn't way behind him. He was close.
No, he was close.
I'm not trying that.
You was never really, I mean, you was jumping, but you never had the between the legs package. The between the legs package.
Say I ended the game on a dunk.
No, that's why I took it back, because you was flying for a minute, but the between the legs, I don't know. You had the between the legs package? Pause. This is crazy. How many times have I said that? Wow. All right.
What's the next question?
Yeah. Game 2. Second game of the night, man. Let's go. You already know what it is. I've been waiting for this. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. You see Ant-Man. What's up, Pops? I told you it's Jordan. He's here. What's up? What's up?
You know, he told you it's not Jordan. He told you that.
I meant to tell you. I knew you was gonna bring that up because I saw that. You can't tell me how to cheer for you, bro. Like, I love Ant-Man. I appreciate him saying that. That's his role, to be humble and be like, yo, y'all chill out. And I appreciate it. That's the right thing to do. He tells me, yo, y'all chill out, don't say it. And guess what I say? I'm going to say it anyway. He's the new Jordan, bro. Pops. He's the new Jordan. Please tell me you didn't see tonight and see the moves that he's making. One of our viewers actually sent me a DM, and he was like, I want you to have this evidence. And it was a TikTok of just Jordan making moves and then Ant-Man making the same moves. I was like, yo, you on to something. You're a real smart man. We correspond every now and then. Huh?
In 2024, you can make an edit of me throwing a behind the back pass, no look, and Magic throwing a behind the back pass, no look, or doing I'm not Magic. You can slice it up any way you want. I'm not Magic, and Ant-Man is not Michael. He is not Jordan. He's a spectacular superstar basketball player. That swag is on 1,000, and he's playing incredible, leading his team to be up 2-0 to the defending champs, going back home. Awfully impressive. I appreciate everything he stands for and the way he competes and the way he's holding it down on the court. The most impressive thing to me tonight in Denver wasn't Ant-Man, with all due respect. It wasn't even Karl-Anthony Towns. It was a united way in which the Minnesota Timberwolves imposed their will against the Denver Nuggets, holding them to 80 points. It was a spectacular thing of beauty on the defensive side of the floor. Individually and collectively, they made a huge, emphatic statement to the Denver Nuggets, and they got their hands full now.
Yeah, I got to tip my hat. I did see an amazing defensive performance by the Minnesota Timberwolves, but this is discouraging seeing the Nuggets come out like this. The Nuggets had the swag of the Clippers last game. It was the for the whole first 3 quarters, it was a lot of going through the motions, walking up the court, lollygagging, and I think it's because they got comfortable playing against the Lakers and to understand, okay, we could flip a switch and make it happen when we need to. And tonight they attempted to flip a switch, and that switch did nothing. Pay the electricity bill, my dog.
No, it's a dangerous thing when you play around with the game, when you think you have the ability to turn it on and turn it off, and you get away with it. They were down 75% of the time in that Lakers series. Overall, the Lakers dominated. They did when it mattered most. The Denver Nuggets just climbed back in and took over the game because of Mike Conley, because of Ant Edwards, because of that solid defense individually and collectively of the Timberwolves, because they're a tied together group. You can't reel them in the way you did the Lakers. They execute, and they put the ball in the right hands, and they don't take bad shots. And they're playing with incredible flow and rhythm right now. 6 straight playoff games won by this young, inexperienced basketball team. And now they have the disease of greed. They want more. They want more. They are looking forward to going home and making a statement in Game 3 against this Denver Nuggets team. They did a great job containing and controlling Jamal Murray. They did a great job containing and controlling the Joker. Just a spectacular job overall. And that's without the perhaps 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert. They are making a huge statement, and it is awfully impressive.
Also, congrats to Rudy Gobert for having his child. Congrats to him also, just
Absolutely.
on a side note. But yes, no, them dudes. I saw a lot tonight though, and I heard Charles Barkley say that watching this Minnesota Timberwolves team is one of the best defensive teams he's ever seen in his life. We gotta stop, man. Like we gotta stop. No, like at what point we gotta be like? I understand I jump out the window with the Jordan comparisons and stuff, but why does everybody else get the? We gotta start holding everybody accountable, Pop. This is not.
I will.
Okay, what do you have to say about this? Is this one of the best defensive teams you've ever seen in your life?
No, it's
Thank you.
it's an outstanding defensive night. It was an incredible night for them. They are a very good defensive team. They are not the best defensive team I've ever seen, and not one of them. So I wouldn't say that. Charles caught up in the moment, probably took a nap during the course of the game in the green room, and came up with that being the most spectacular defensive team he's ever seen. So you saw when he said it, Kenny was sitting next to him and was like, Kenny didn't co-sign it. So I give my guy from New York City credit. But they are an outstanding team playing tremendous basketball right now, and they're going to be a tough out.
Yeah, I can't give them the best defensive team because they like we said, they played great defense tonight. But moving forward, I do see a big explosive game from Joker coming at some point. I do see a good game from Murray coming at some point, and I don't think that this series is over at all. So with that being said, what do you see as the biggest adjustment that the Nuggets can make moving forward?
I'm listening to the telecast, and I'm listening to people say taking Jamal Murray off the ball. The problem is, who's going to handle the basketball then? You don't have a primary ball handler outside of the Joker to initiate offense if it's not Jamal Murray. And now, towards the end of the game, Reggie Jackson is helped off the court, looked like an ankle injury. So the concern is, will he be back? They don't have another ball handler. To me, the option is not finding somebody else to put the ball in the hands of to initiate the offense. It's Jamal Murray, which he would be the first to tell you. He's got to be better. He's a guy that has embraced and accepted every challenge that's been put in front of him. And not only embraced and accepted, but responded in an emphatic form and fashion since he's been in the league. I'm going back to the bubble when he put on a clinic. He doesn't panic when it's pressure. He doesn't make excuses when he's not playing well. Own the fact that you've been thoroughly handled in 2 games in this series. Take a look at the film, make the proper adjustments. I'm sure Michael Malone will make some adjustments, put some action in and maybe get him going a little bit. But he's got to find a way to early on impact the game, establish a rhythm, maybe get to the free throw line. They're doing a good job of using size and strength and length, not fouling them, contesting shots, helping and recovering. It may not be the greatest defensive player ever, but make no mistake, defensive team ever, but make no mistake about it. They are an outstanding defensive team. They've proven that during the course of the season. They are elite as far as defense is concerned, and they put together a game plan that they played it up to perfection the first 2 games of this series.
Yeah, they have. I think for me the biggest adjustment that I see possible for the Nuggets is an uptick in the tempo for the game. It's got to be more possessions for the Nuggets. I don't enjoy seeing Joker walk up the floor, Murray walk up the floor. That would be my first thing is let's push the ball on made shots, on missed shots. Let's push it and get some shots for guys like Caldwell Pope, guys like MPJ that maybe can't. MPJ can create his own shot, but let's get some easy looks for these guys. Secondly, go ahead, comment on that if you like.
No, go ahead.
Secondly, I need MPJ to step in and step up because Aaron Gordon is not the third best scorer on the court with the Nuggets. It's Michael Porter Jr. It's Michael Porter. I need him to step up and join this game if the Nuggets have any shot at winning this series.
Yeah, I think when you say KCP, Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon taking shots, if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves, I'm fine with that. I'm believing that they're not going to beat me. Those guys are not going to win this series. The way that the Nuggets going to win this series, if we allow, meaning Minnesota, allows Joker or Murray to take over this series. And now they've created all sorts of havoc trying to defend them and worried about them kicking out and making plays and getting the other guys going. So the main thing you want to control if you're the Timberwolves is controlling those 2 dynamic basketball players that have proven the ability to send people home. I just think the way is force the tempo, but get some early pick and roll, some early drags, some double drags. Get Jamal Murray getting downhill and getting into the paint area where he creates havoc and puts pressure on your defense and find a way to kick back the Joker. Now all of a sudden he's got all sorts of options all around the floor. They have to find a way to figure out this Minnesota Timberwolves defense, get it on its heels, and keep them on their heels.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, man. Let me ask you, do you see a sweep coming?
No, I'm not going to be disrespectful. This is a championship caliber team. Can the Timberwolves win 2 games at home? Yes. I'm not going to call that. I called before the series, the Timberwolves will win the series. I didn't say in how many games. I expect to see the Denver Nuggets show that championship spirit and fight in Minnesota and come back to Denver, whether down 3-1 or 2-2. But I expect to see them respond with a better performance.
I feel that. I gotta hold you. Huh?
No, one thing. Who was that stared down the referee and got it? That was Anthony Edwards, right? The other night.
Yep.
We can't have Ant Edwards staring down the ref, saying nothing, getting a technical foul, and then Michael Malone basically going on 10 to the referee, and we go to commercial break and there's no tech. I'm just asking, and there's nothing about who the person is. Let's be consistent across the board. Let's just be consistent across the board. Either you're going to give text or you're not going to give text. The inconsistency creates a gray area, and it frustrates players and coaches.
Yeah, and my thing is that gray area is getting out of hand because I can't see Mike Malone get away with that because he has a relationship with that ref or because there's a certain leash that he's gotten over the years. But then Scott Foster will hand CP3 a tech in 2 seconds off of just a look. It's unfair, and it's not fair to the coaches, to the players, to anybody really. It was a shame tonight when I saw Mike Malone running like that. I'm like, it's not a good look, man. It's not a good look.
I remember coaching, and I was coaching the Warriors. We were playing the Clippers, and the Clippers were notorious for whining and complaining. Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, Doc Rivers, they just bickered the whole game. And I was a guy that didn't say much. I talked to the refs, but I wasn't complaining. So the ref got tired of hearing it. He brings Doc and I to the center court, and he goes, "Not another word. That's it. Next one, tech." I'm like, "Next one, a tech? I didn't say anything. Talk to these guys. Don't bring that to my table. We've been cool, calm, and collective." So it's just the inconsistency that makes you frustrated, and you want them to get it right.
Yeah, man. That's I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I understand what Coach Malone was doing, trying to get his team energized and hyped. It just seemed like from top to bottom, the Nuggets were caught off guard in a situation where they shouldn't have been caught off guard tonight, knowing that this was sort of a must-win situation for them.
Again, I'm going to correct you. They got dominated. They wasn't caught off guard. They got punched in the mouth and manhandled from the opening tip. And the Minnesota Timberwolves made a statement. They were the better team by far tonight. Now, how do the Denver Nuggets respond? But it wasn't about them not being ready. They were ready. The Minnesota Timberwolves just was the better basketball team, and they've been the better basketball team for 2 games thus far.
Since you corrected me, I want to correct you. I don't really agree with what you said. I do think that the key to this series moving forward, MPJ has to join the party. If Michael Porter Jr., yes, it could be Jamal Murray and Joker going for 100 points, but somebody else has to step up. And I'm sorry, Aaron Gordon dunks and open threes is not going to get it done. We need somebody who can go get buckets, and we got a dude in MPJ that can do that. What is he getting paid for if we can't depend on him in a series to just score? I'm not asking him to lock up, grab rebounds, or do anything. We'll do the rest of that. Just go get buckets, man. That's it.
He is an outstanding scorer, outstanding shooter, outstanding player. They do not run their offense through him, and the Minnesota Timberwolves have elite defense. They're disciplined, and they understand their assignments. Michael Porter Jr. is not going to get his numbers outside of Joker and Murray being doubled off of pick and roll, off of post-ups, off of their action, and kicking it to him, or them pushing with pace and him having open. That's how he's hurt teams. That's how he's had 25, 28, 29 points during the course of the season or different series. That's how he's going to impact it. It won't be because we came down and we ran turn 3 or floppy 3 or any action for him. That's not how the Denver Nuggets are built.
I obviously agree with this. This is why in my take, I said the 2 things they need to do is first, push the tempo, and secondly, get MPJ involved. We on the same page.
No, we're not on the same page because no dude that has 9 points and 5 rebounds should go by their initials.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So stop it. Till further notice.
Yo, he had one bad game, man. He had a rough game. All right, let him. He still gets to be called by his nickname, man. Oh, and another thing. I'm sorry. We got a couple things to still get to, but we glazed over the fact, and I just saw we glazed over the fact that Halliburton, and you stood up for Halliburton when we talked about it, but that fourth quarter in that game, can we just talk about it a little bit, because all he had in that fourth quarter was 3 turnovers and no other stats. And that's a big deal. I don't want to gloss over that. I know he's a great player, but what's up?
No, I'm not. I don't make an excuse for anybody. Again, it doesn't matter to me who wins or who loses. The bottom line is he was absolutely awful. He's got to own that, and he's got to be better. He was careless with the basketball. They sped him up offensively where he was like reckless bringing the ball up the court, almost in a panic mode, totally out of character. When he's at his best, he's got the thing on a string, and he's making plays and reading and reacting like a big-time, prime-time quarterback. I thought he was totally out of character in that fourth quarter, especially down the stretch. And I thought both teams was in a rush mode a little bit. The Knicks just happened to have a couple of good possessions. But overall, I didn't like the execution either way down the stretch of the ball game, and especially Tyrese Halliburton.
All right. Love to Tyrese Halliburton, great player, but we had to hold you accountable tonight. I couldn't let you slide without bringing him back up. All right, Pops. So 2 games. I need to know who is the winner of the Mama There Goes That Man award.
I really thought about giving it to the defense of the Minnesota Timberwolves. I thought about that for the first time ever, giving it to the defense of the Minnesota Timberwolves, but I wasn't going to go that way. I have to give it to tonight's award goes to Jalen Brunson. 43 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 14 for 26 from the field, bright lights in New York City, Madison Square Garden, making history again, scoring 40 plus points. He has been absolutely spectacular, and I like that he doesn't overreact. He doesn't act like it's new to him or it's a shock to him. He just acted like he just showed up to work and did his job once again. Tonight's award certainly, without question, goes to Jalen Brunson, the Mama. There goes that man.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to Jalen. It's crazy his numbers that he putting up. It's unbelievable.
You
It's
know what his father
unbelievable.
had to tell me on the phone when I talked to his dad? He
What?
said, Jalen, they talking about Jalen's the best Nick in the last 20 years. He's not even the best Nick in the household. I'm like, stop, stop, stop,
Why?
stop. Please stop, Rick. Rick. He's better than you, man. Don't you dare say that. Don't you dare say
yo,
that.
y'all gotta y'all not supposed to be the ones stomping on him being the best Nick of all time. Y'all, why are y'all joining in and being like, nah, he's definitely not. Y'all supposed to be the ones. Yeah, he's next up.
No. Keep it real records, man. No. You
Wow,
don't you just
man.
tell the truth. It's not a knock. He is absolutely great. He is great. And he is doing historic numbers right now. And he's impacted from day one when he signed with the Knicks. I'm proud of him, and I enjoy watching him, and I love everything about him. He's not Pat Ewing. He's better than his dad, though. It ain't even close. It ain't even close.
Hey, man. No, now, when I see Jalen Brunson scoring the way that he does, a lot of times it takes me back to seeing Stephon Marbury cook in the Garden. And to see him at the game, I don't know if you saw him on TV come across for a few times, but to see him tonight was a good thing. It's always great seeing Starbury, man. Just talk about maybe his game and just the correlations that you see, the similarities between him and Jalen.
I see the similarities in scoring, but they do it in different ways.
Yeah.
You know, Marbury was big. He was skilled. He could handle the basketball. He could shoot the jumper. He could get into the paint and finish. He had everything. And you see some similarities in their scoring. But Jalen Brunson has master footwork, undersized, and wins the battle by using angles and utilizing the mistakes that you made, where Stephon Marbury could just overpower you and dominate you in a different form and fashion. Both brilliant basketball players, and it is great to see the legendary Knicks of the past sitting in the stands. I'd much rather have John Starks and Stephon Marbury sitting in the stands, not jumping on the court like we at the Rucker. So settle down, guys. Enjoy the game and settle down. Sit down. Sit down.
No, I'm so glad that you just reminded me because I was drawing a blank in my mind. I'm like, yo, it was another legend next to Stephon Marbury tonight. John Starks. Shout out to John Starks, legendary John Starks. I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, it's somebody I didn't show love to. There's just a blank face in my mind. But yeah, it was good to see. It's always good to see the Garden filled with the faces that we see, man.
I thought I saw John Starks walk to the foul line and dap up Jalen Brunson when he shot a free throw. I'm like, yo, dude, where did this dude come from?
No, John Starks be running around the Garden like he me in '96. He just running, he's running up and down the sideline. Is that him over there talking to Brunson during the timeout? He'd be everywhere. Concession stands, he run the Garden. I ain't mad at it. All right, Pops. So 2 games Tuesday night. Let's get to it. The Cavs and Celtics. Everyone's picking Boston, but I want to know, do you give the Cavs a shot?
I do give them a shot. Especially, I think the key part is having Jared Allen hopefully back in the lineup. Makes it is interesting and gives them size and the ability to secure the basketball off the boards and protect the paint area, and also put a bigger body on if Porzingis is back or Al Horford. I give them a chance because they have a dynamic backcourt in Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell. The ability to score and put pressure on the defense. It's not going to be easy because you're talking about two elite defenders in Derek White and Drew Holiday that can eliminate anything that they attempt to do offensively. I think one of the things is Karis LeVert, who played so good in Game 7 in the Orlando series. He's got to play with the same confidence and look to impact matching up against Tatum or Brown and how explosive they could be. To me, it's going to be a better series than people expect because I like the Cleveland Cavaliers and the problems that they can create. They have to make a statement early, but I'd be a fool to pick against the Boston Celtics. They're the better basketball team. They've been the better basketball team during the course of the year. They're the number one seed in the Eastern Conference, clearly dominating the opposition during the course of the year, and they are the favorite until proven otherwise. So I'm going to go with the Boston Celtics, but it's going to be a better series than people expect.
Who wins Game 1?
The Celtics. The Celtics win Game 1. I think the experience of knowing and being in these situations in the past, understanding how they don't want to dig a hole for themselves and be down one zip. It's important for them to take care home, continue to play and establish rhythm and minimize the amount of games they have to play to continue to advance. So I think they understand how valuable these playoff games are and getting healthy and whole.
All right. Out west, I'm with you. I think the Celtics take it. You know, the Celtics, it's just levels to this, and the Cavs ain't on that level yet. I'm sorry. They may never reach it. No. All right. Out west, we got the Mavs versus the Thunder. Our producer, Jeff, thinks Dallas is tired, man. He thinks Dallas has ran out of gas, and they're going to drop game one. I want to know what you think.
Producer Jeff, what indication do you have that says the Dallas Mavericks are tired? I think you're tired because we're working. We're putting out episodes. We're doing so much back to back to back. We are getting it done, and you are editing, clipping, you're doing everything at an elite level. We appreciate you. But get some rest because you're making no sense. I'm taking the Dallas Mavericks. I'm taking the Dallas Mavericks because they're the better basketball team overall. They're clicking on all cylinders. It's going to be a phenomenal series loaded with great guard and perimeter play. But I'm going with the two guys that have proved it over the course of not just this year, but their career. Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic and that supporting cast. It's going to surprise the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I'm taking the Dallas Mavericks.
You just gonna send shots at Jeff like that? Are you crazy? What you mean? Hold on, you ain't know. I'm the new Charles Oakley for the show. Don't talk about Jeff like that, Pops. Watch him out. Watch him out, man. He picked the OKC Thunder. I'm with Jeff. We picking OKC. And what? They the number one team all season in the Western Conference. They proved it. They've proved it during the playoffs, and they're ready. Game one, OKC. I'm with Jeff. The Mavs do look tired. Get some rest, man. Go to sleep.
It's not a bad pick. It's not a bad pick. They're loaded. They got your coach of the year. They had a guy in the MVP discussion that very well could win it. They got Jalen Williams that's playing exceptional basketball. They are loaded and playing with extreme confidence. I'm just going with the veterans, and I believe they have everything that it takes, including congratulations to Jason Kidd signing his contract extension, a well-deserved contract extension, and the job that he's done with the Dallas Mavericks. I think that's a dangerous team, and they will make a statement against the Thunder. Did you just give the money sign?
Yeah, what you mean? You got the money. You got the bag. I can't believe you tried to tell Jeff go to sleep, get some rest. That's crazy. I'm on you.
There you go, keeping it going.
No, I'm just saying I got to come back at you with something. I got to figure out something. You lucky I can't see none of your fit other than your shirt, looking like Sandlot.
Oh, you looking like life.
All right, man. Let's thank our sponsors, Underdog Fantasy. Go ahead and scan the QR code or click the link in the description. Play the Pick'em game. That's our favorite. Go ahead and use the promo code MARK. We appreciate y'all, man.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Mark Jackson Show, the Night Mode Edition. I'm Mark Jackson. This is my guy, Bluu. We thank you for your love and support. Remember, I'm watching these playoffs and I'm watching Anthony Edwards. He talked about how his hero, his favorite player of all time was Kevin Durant, eliminated him in the first round. And you can see the similarity as we move forward of the late, great Kobe Bryant and even Michael Jordan. He envisioned this. He dreamt of this, and he's embracing the spotlight. This just in, the old man said to me, you got to see it before you see it, or you never will see it. Thank you for your vision, Ant. Inspiring. Blessing.